in different parts of their life, and they are intertwined by hope, compassion, and love. This is a story which has a lot of connect to humanity itself because it is about Mother Teresa. And the film is titled Mother Teresa and Me. We are here at the Oberoi Grand Kolkata for the trailer launch. We're going to look at the trailer, but first and foremost, I'd like to welcome once again to Kolkata and to the Oberoi Grand. We have with us, playing the role of the mother, we have Chaplain Fritzi Corners with us. We also have Deepti Naval ma'am. Welcome ma'am. Thank you so much. And also, ma'am, I would like to call you people on stage. Also, Kamal sir, if you could please come on stage. You want to see the trailer? Okay, alright. If you guys want to come, you can also come. We're going to play the trailer in some time. Also, we have the director with us, Kamal Musale sir, and Devotion ma'am with us as well. I will leave the stage and we'll wait for the trailer to play.
You're pregnant, young lady. What should I do? Rest from it. You still have time to think about it.
You'll have to have an abortion.
I know.
You can't keep it.
I don't know. I don't know what to do. Kavita, oh my God, Deepali. You knew her quite well, didn't you? Mother? Yes.
Deepali?
Most people, when in total doubt, just give up on their dreams. But she didn't.
I need to take down people off the streets. You have to give me a place for them. Now.
Some people might not accept you. They might suspect you want to convert them.
If you want to destroy this place, take me and kill me instead.
Darkness. That's all I can see.
What do I need to know, for Christ's sake?
I just wanted to protect you. I was so wrong. In so many things.
I'm lost, Father. Why does Jesus not love me anymore?
Are you here to save humanity or just yourself?
Faith might be obscured by the clouds of doubt.
I don't know how long I will have to start to live without faith. Without love.
Can we have a round of applause, please, everybody? Thank you so much. The film tells the story of Mother Teresa's early years in India from the mid-1940s, as shown, and it's a very gripping trailer. Also, I would like to let you know that this is actually the story of Kavita, a British young girl of Indian origin, and how she was being helped by the mother. Now, the film will be released in English and Hindi and will be seen in cinemas only, as described out here on 5th of May. Please do catch. And also the Swiss-Indian director, Kamal Musale sir, I would like to have you on stage, sir, if you could say a few words about the film, because you're the best person who can talk about the film. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Kamal Musale sir, everybody. Thank you. Lights and microphone. Better light. White light. This light is only white light. ये लाइट को जली दिलो উপরে যে লাইট গুলো আছে না এগুলো একটু অন করে দাও প্লিজ the lights in the hall please and also if white lights welcome sir, we've already spoken once and you would be the best person to talk about the film, so it's over to you sir. Thank you so much.
So, yeah, you have any specific questions you want?
They will have questions, but first we want to hear from you, sir.
All right. So, I'm very happy that you all been here. Sorry that we are a little late in schedules, you know, we're traveling. Anyway, this film is somehow a film that is very meaningful, not only to us. I think there's a lesson. So this film is quite meaningful, of course, for us, but it's also a film that we think is beyond a little bit the subject matter. I think it's a film that, you know, talk about Mother Teresa, but it's not a biopic. It is exploring a character and how she does help or try to help humanity, and how that does reflect upon society today. So there is a very strong message, I think, that go through the film, but it's primarily a film, a melodrama with passion and love, and it's an exciting movie that we hope you will discover in the theaters on the 5th of May. Yeah, I can continue like this. And this film is a mixture of two stories that goes parallel together. These two stories are unique in their terms. We discover Mother Teresa in a way that you never heard or seen before, because it was the Mother Teresa more true to the reality, more true to who she was, and who some people who really knew a secret have known her. A crisis of faith, the dark night of the soul that she went through is something that has been documented. That's something that has been based on the personal letters that she wrote and that have been published in a book after her death. And with some of this material, plus all the research we made on the people we encounter, we were able to draw a character of Mother Teresa that we think is closer to the truth. So I'll try to speak closer like this, yeah. And so do you have any question?
Sir, Sanjay Saha, Bangla MG News. Sanjay Saha, Bangla MG News. What is your feelings to make a film like Mother Teresa and Me on the biography of a woman who became a general girl to a neat saint in her latter life? So what is your feelings to do a film upon her?
Yeah, well, first of all,
okay, my mic is off. Actually, it's very near to the box, and that's why it's like that's the box. It's okay, so we are okay. Levels will niche go like
trying to be just. Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, every human is a human person. So you may become a saint, you may become a leader, you may become a high figure, inspirational figure, but deep down you are a human person, and no human is perfect. Every human is different. There is not like a perfect kid. There are different kids, and they have all their quality. So that's the same thing for a saint. And today as well, when we want to learn and explore the life of people who have been famous, it is very interesting today to meet them as people, because therefore we understand much better how hard it was for them, but also it gives a better link on understanding their, how they inspire us. Because if we see people just as a statue and just as an example that is far from reality, then we know it's not really true. And more people don't believe that too much, So that's why we want to offer something that is, bringing, by opening a little bit the secret of Mother Teresa, it helps to understand better who she was, and that helps to understand better who we are when we are in a situation like this. And we understand who we are thanks to the other story of Kavita that explains that feeling of abandonment that she carried through.
Thank you so much. We're going to take some more questions. Thank you so much, Kamal sir. Also, I would like to now call Jacqueline ma'am and Deepti ma'am on stage to say a few words. And of course, this film has been produced under the banner of Curry Western Movies Private Limited, Less Films Do Lotus, and Kavita Teresa Film, and a special thanks to Zaria Foundation. Also, the Kolkata press team, I would highly be obliged if you please put your phones on silent. It'll be great. I know you guys are going to miss some calls and messages, but please put your phones on silent.
One light দিতে পারলে লাইট দিয়ে বসে যাত্রা কোম্পানি সাইড দিয়ে
इसका लेफ्ट स्टॉप कीजिए और ये थोड़ा पीछे कीजिए
লাইট অফ
বলেছি চিল ডাউন বলে দিয়েছি হচ্ছে
একবার গুরু একবার ডি
থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ
ওরে বাবা রে আমি ধজে গেছি কিপ ডাউন ইওর মাইক ওকে
It's like I'm in the boundary and I'm trying to adjust. I'll just move the box. I will move the box. Move the moves. I'll do that. Can you please come in the middle? So can you please come in the middle? Okay, alright. We're set now? All good? All good? Okay. No noise right now. Great. Okay. Can I have another microphone? A microphone? It's all good? Okay. So, thank you Deepti Naval for being here. I have interviewed you before in Bombay once. It was a pleasure and same pleasure right here to see you. Also, Jackie ma'am, thank you so much. You're playing the character of Mother Teresa and that's a big thing in itself. I'm going to now pass the microphone to you. They'll ask you a couple of questions. Now that the floor is open for questions, Kolkata press team, you can ask your questions now. Okay.
Welcome everybody. It's a great joy to be here in the City of Joy, and I feel very honored to be in the city where Mother Teresa started her work on an international level finally, and we're very happy that so many of you are interested in our film. We would love to inspire people around the world to again live with more compassion and love, and to transmit love in action as Mother Teresa taught us.
What? One question. Please sit. Please be seated. Jacqueline, first of all, you are heartfully welcome to Calcutta. My question is, what is your realization and feelings about the character which you played in this film?
Well, you can imagine that, of course, in the first moment I had a great respect, and it was a challenge, of course, to play this role. Fortunately, with Kamal, we really made this journey to try to find out which aspects do we want to transmit in the film. And all these layers, were so interesting for me, and that was the joy of the work of an actor. Physically, the voice, I learned some Bengali, I learned the accent, the Albanian accent in the English. I worked at the Shishu Bhavan to really learn about this dedication. I was in a monastery in Switzerland, in the center of Switzerland, because it was important to me as a Protestant to understand what a nun actually is longing for in the relationship to Jesus Christ in the suffering on the cross. For me, the research was incredibly interesting because we wanted to really express the emotions behind the saint. And through the letters, which were so touching to me, I really felt this loneliness. I felt her abandonment, her desperation, and this darkness. And I also felt that it's important to tell the world how much she was fighting and suffering with herself to be able to follow this vocation.
Have you ever come in contact with Mother Teresa personally?
Unfortunately, I haven't met her, but I was in Skopje to meet her family, and it was very touching to me. From her mother's side, they were all jewelers, and the cross I wear in the sari I received from her family. So her family was always with me.
And you have been to Mother House?
Yeah. I'm just asking the question to all of you. All right. So Kamal mentioned about the dark night of the soul, right? And it reminds me of Caravaggio's painting because you talked about the suffering of the Christ, right? And I think this film is very contextual because we have gone through 2 periods of pandemic, 2 years of pandemic, And the major thing which has come up with is the healthcare workers, and that how you connect with Mother Teresa, because caregiving is the first thing you start with, and that comes from compassion, right? So I think this film is very contextual in its release, because in 2 years we have learned about what caregivers have given in spite of all the pandemic and difficult situations. Now my question is, when you're doing a character like Mother Teresa, and in The Dark Night of the Soul, as I said, that it goes through a human struggle, and also there are moments of great doubt where the faith comes in, if you have the faith. So how much is that faith connected with hard work and compassion? Because faith doesn't come, it's not something which is built in a day. So it's over a period of time. And how much that faith is being, you've been able to portray that faith, trust in Christ, and the compassion that flows if you have the trust.
Well, I would say. Yes, I would say that compassion is not to be linked with faith. It's to faith. I mean, it could be together, it could be separate. It's compassion can be it's a human capacity that you have when you are that's something that you develop as a human, that very few animals has this capacity, but it's not something to be linked with faith. So whether you have faith or not, I don't think it is influencing. We're talking about the same thing. Faith. I said faith. Well, I mean, in life, let's say, it's better to believe in you. It's better to have an idea of why you get up in the morning. But there are some people who get up in the morning without knowing why, But if you do know why you get up in the morning, then that's the beginning of having some faith in something.
Okay, my question as the protagonist. To ma'am, played the role of Mother Teresa. It's your real part. Has it impacted your real part after you have played that? So what journey you have gone through the journey, you have learned a lot about his ways of life. So has it impacted your real life?
Thank you for this question. Of course it has.
We have some silence, please. Sorry.
It was a very intense journey, emotionally, but also on all levels, actually. And it has taken a lot of time and patience with myself. And I also realized, that each and every one of us is capable to change something in this world. And I learned to trust myself that we can have visions in our lives, and it's important to have visions in our lives, especially in times like that with all the crises, wars, and problems we have around the world. So if I can inspire the audiences to believe in themselves, to stay with their visions, and to believe that we can really be a change ourselves, I think then it's wonderful. And that's what I learned through this journey.
And the same goes for Deepti madam. Could you please elucidate your role over here?
I play this character called Deepali, who has been working in association with Mother Teresa, and the young girl Kavita, who was born in front of Deepali, and she is very attached to Deepali, is very attached to Kavita, and Kavita, as the film begins, Kavita is going through a conflict in her life emotionally, and Deepali is there as her support system.
Okay. Deepti ma'am, I have a question.
It's a very nice It's a very nice, tender.
One second. Sir, just hold on, sir. Hold on. Pause. I have a question for you, ma'am. I have a question for you. This is a very emotional story about Mother Teresa and me. And when I see the trailer, Kavita seeks refuge in you. So, how has Mother Teresa influenced your life, or what all have you taken out of her life or teachings, or while doing this film, this journey? What have you come across? Something which is, life-changing or intriguing that you came across and you would like to share with us today?
More as an audience who's watching the film, who's read the script, I found the screenplay very interesting. I thought it was a script which goes beyond just depicting Mother Teresa as the world knows her or would like to know her. This goes beyond. This really, gets to her heart and soul and tries to find out, tries to explore those areas where she's unsure. So it introduces, the film brings the real woman behind the
struggle she went through and
behind the image of Mother Teresa.
How she fought through that chains of society.
More her personal doubts and confusions, and it deals with so many of those aspects, which is give a lot of credit to.
I'm extremely sorry for the sound. Don't move anything.
Can you do without the mic?
Okay.
Can you switch off the mic?
Madam.
Because this is
क्वेश्चन तो
आराम से
सब नहीं जाओ भाई थे
हम बात कर सकते हैं.
Okay, one question. I actually have to have the mic. It won't. Trust me. Pretty experienced with this. I know which angles to stand to not have the feedback. Yeah. Okay, I have a question for Deepti Chakraborty out here. I'd like to know about your character in the movie. You haven't spoken much, so I was keeping you for the last, hoping that you'd say something. Why don't you say something?
My character name is Shanti, and Shanti, I can't disclose much things about the character right now. You need to watch the film. Only I can say that she met Mother Teresa at very crucial stage of her life, and Teresa tried to save her, but it's her destiny. So that's all. And about this character and the shooting process was very, very much special for me, and the entire experience, journey, and it will be with me always. That's it. Thank you.
Also, one last question before I let you go, but this will come to the end of the press conference. So, Kamal sir, this is for you. How was your experience shooting for Mother Teresa and me in Kolkata, where the entire story is brought up, and the way Kolkata and we have a connection with the mother? How was your experience shooting in Kolkata? Did you get that vibe? Did you understand how it was? Like, share that with us. It's really hair-raising,
Yeah, well, the experience of shooting of Calcutta is always very special. We shot a pilot here before, we shot the film, so we were very welcomed by all the people here, and there is the vibe you mentioned is difficult to tell the vibe of Mother Teresa or the vibe of Calcutta. I'm not experienced of living in the city to be able to tell you the difference. But I love the place, I love the cafes, I love the avenue, I love the cultural background, I love, there is a genuine interest of everybody, and even from the press that I met about understanding things. So for me it's a very special place. The only problem we had was it's not a welcoming city for filmmaker, in the sense of the problem with unions. That's always a problem for us, but apart from that, everything was very, very good.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, with this we come to the end of the press conference. I will just take one more question. So you have asked a question already. I'll pass it to the ma'am out there, please. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
दीप्ति मैम, मेरा एक प्रश्न है आपसे.
Silence, please. Silence, please.
पुराने जमाने की जो फिल्में थी, मैम आज की ही बात कर रही हूँ.
One question. Anybody else? Any questions? Just one question.
आपको ये